Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Today is the 26th of February 2018. This is JFD Brokers Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Umchauskas, where we're going to have a quick look at the markets just before the US opening. Before we continue, please have a read through our risk disclaimer here. So JFD Brokers offers exclusively consultancy-free services. The content of this webinar does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation and does not in any way constitute any invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. So I'll just give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. So also what I wanted to show you guys as well, again, it's our JFD Brokers website and specifically the JFD research page where you can have a read through different analysis that we do. We also do like just trading shoutouts, just technical analysis, and in different languages, of course, as well. So I hope you will find this useful for yourself. So please visit our website here, especially the JFD research page. Okay, so let's jump into the charts. So the first one that I really wanted to have a look at was the WTI crude oil here. We can see that this is stuck here in an interesting formation. I would say the upwards sloping steep veg formation kind of. And so it's currently, we can see that this is the daily chart, by the way. We're currently trading lower, and the potential area here that it could actually go to would be this area back here. Now, last week it managed to break this area and move higher, so that was the 6260 area. So now it seems like it wants to get back lower to it. Maybe it could actually bounce off of it and move higher within this little formation that I can say. So if it does that, then the potential level to the next one to watch out for would be this area here at around 64.70 price mark. So yeah, 64.70, something like that. If we get a good bounce from this area here, from this bottom trend line. If we don't get that, if we get a break, then we should be cautious with this one because maybe it doesn't want to go higher anymore and just wants to get lower to around 60.60 area here. Now, again, like I said, this is probably the more important area to watch out for. If we do get a move back down here, like I said, watch this 62.60 area here. If we get a break below it, we might potentially move lower, like I said, to 60.60, or if we get a bounce, a nice bounce, and then we get a move back towards the 63.50 area, then we could probably see higher levels being met. Okay, so also let's have a look at the S&P 500. So it's at an interesting spot here as well. So this is a daily chart, by the way, as well. So okay, so now the important level that we're watching here is the 27.54 area. So it was the high of last week. Well, actually the 16th, so that was Friday, the week before that. So it was the high of 2 weeks ago, and we were trading below last week around this area here, but now we're seeing that the market is taking out this high here and is moving higher. Now again, of course, for that we would need, like, if the market wants to continue moving higher, we would probably need to see today's candle, the daily candle, closing above this area here in order to accept the fact that probably could move a little bit higher towards the 2800 level. Now the 2800 could be a psychological level for this market, and again, if we break the 2800, then it's opening the path towards the previous high here that we had in January, which was the 2877 area. So yeah, like I said, this is a quite important level to watch out for, the 27.54. If we do get a close on the daily chart here below this area, now this should caution us, and we could see probably a move back towards this little steep upwards moving trend line that we've got here from running from the 9th of February. So if we do get something like this, if we get a move back to this little trend line, then obviously, of course, we need to keep an eye on this one carefully, because if we do get a break below it, or let's say a daily candle will close slightly, like a little bit below it, then yeah, it's opening the path back towards this 100 EMA here on the daily chart, which, and the price around that would be the 26.85 here. So, like I said, important day for S&P here. Like I said, we'll have to keep an eye on this close today. Currently, it's trading slightly above its Friday's close, so it looks like it's going to open in the green. So yeah, guys, keep an eye on this one, to be honest. Yep. Right, okay, and let's look at the a few pairs here. Now, let's look at the euro dollar. There we go. So the euro dollar here, okay. We had a good run in the morning here, and we it went to the 23,500 area around this. Now, we can see that this is, by the way, a 4-hour chart, and we can see that it was held here at the crossroads of the 50 and the 100 EMA. It managed to meet its resistance around this area here. Let me just highlight that, and yeah, there we go. So it managed to find its resistance there, and now it's like just moving, and now it's just moving lower. So potentially, if this is going to continue, then we could get back to this 200 EMA here, shown as a black line, and of course this little kind of trend line, I can say, that's running from last week. So, and this area would be around the 122.850 or 122.900. So watch out for this area. If we do get a break below it, then definitely this pair doesn't want to move higher and wants to just continue moving lower. Even looking at the weekly, for example, we can see that last week we had a bearish candle. So potentially we could have something like this. It's like something like a continuation this week as well. But then again, for that we need some sort of confirmation first. And a good confirmation would be a break below this little trend line here and this area of 122.900. On the upside, of course, if we do get something like a reversal, maybe a bounce back up from this area, from this 20 MA within this Bollinger Band. If we do get a reversal back up, then the level we need to watch out for is 123.350. If we start getting breaks above that, then, and especially the close on the 4-hour chart above this area, then it's opening the path towards the previous highs here, and could actually move back to the 124 that it was trading at a while ago. So 124 to watch out for if this gets breaking here at this 123, 380, 350s area. So yeah, that's what's in regards to the euro dollar. The pound, this morning we were showing this formation here, especially on the daily chart here. We were showing this, that it was forming this triangle. Let me show this one. This one's looking better. There we go. So we are forming this triangle here, and this morning we saw a sharp move towards this upper side of this triangle. It managed to hit it, but then actually couldn't close above it, and now we can see a full retracement back towards where it started today. So for now it seems that it's too early to say that this will start breaking it to the upside. Well, we can see that the bulls are losing ground here at the moment, and looking at the 4-hour chart, we can see this sharp black candle here selling off, where it's actually meeting a support right now at the 50 and the 100 EMA. So we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see if this is not going to be enough for this pair. If it will start breaking these levels, if it will start breaking these EMAs here, then we could potentially see a move lower towards the 200 EMA here, which would be around the 139 area. So long story short, guys, so if we start, like I said, if we break this area, 139 is on our radar on the bottom side here, and then of course this lower side of the triangle. At the moment, like I said, we're waiting for a pop outside of from one of these sides before we actually kind of take a position on this pair. So okay, let's quickly have a look at another interesting one, the Euro Yen. Okay, the Euro Yen is also stuck here below this trend line that it's running from the 2nd of February, around that day, and we can see that it's holding the price strong here. It held the price strong here around this area. Also, of course, we can see that there was a 50 EMA here passing by. That's why probably it got rejected here and went lower. So now we're seeing again a move back towards this little trend, this steep downwards trend line. We had a move this morning. We didn't break it. We just kind of hit that level here, and now we're moving lower a little. And now we're moving lower, yeah. But the thing is that if it hasn't closed, this candle hasn't closed yet, so we might get maybe a surprise of some sort, maybe a pop back up here above this. If we do get something like a move back up here, then of course be careful and watch the level of this 50 EMA here, which is running at 132, 132 to 150, something like that. And yeah, just like I said, just keep an eye on this one here, and it's quite interesting, to be honest. And like I said, if we'll get a pop above this trend line, we might get a move back up higher here. And yeah, well, if this is not going to be enough, then probably we'll move higher again. But let's take small steps, step by step. Yeah, okay, so guys, another one here, well, on the bottom side here, I'm getting mixed up a little bit here, sorry. So on the bottom side here, if we get a move towards the 131 to 50 area, watch out for it. If we get a break below, it might push it slightly lower towards probably this area here, which is 130.900, and maybe actually lower again. But for that, of course, we would need some sort of confirmation, like a move below this area of 131.250. But at the moment, like I said, we're carefully watching this one. We can see that the MACD is kind of turning north right now slightly. Maybe like I said, maybe we could see like a little pop here towards the upside. But then again, that's just pure speculation. We need a confirmation before we continue. Okay, and another one that I really wanted to have a look was the USD CAD. So USD CAD, there we go, this one. This morning we were selling off. This is, by the way, a daily chart. Let's put a 4-hour chart here. So this morning we were selling off, and it met its support at the 50 EMA. Managed to trade, bounce off of it, and moved higher. We can see this sharp 4-hour candle moving higher at the moment. It has taken out the 126.650 area. So the next level to watch out for would be the this one right here, which would be the 127.250. And if that's not going to be enough, we might just kind of hit this. Well, this kind of figure here I've showed here, like a bitch formation as well. It might just go higher a little bit here, maybe hit 127.800. But for that, of course, we would need a break above the 127.250 area in order to consider the 127.800 there. So on the downside, of course, if we get a move back down towards this little trend line here that started on the 2nd of February, if we get a break below it, Of course, we should consider the fact that it might move lower towards maybe the first area would be to watch out would be the 200 EMA. If that doesn't hold, certainly the path is opening towards lower levels. But at the moment, it's just stuck in this little formation here, and at the moment it's moving higher. So watch, like I said, watch the 127.250 area first. Okay, guys, I'm not going to take any more of your time. So I hope you have a good U.S. session. I hope you be careful, of course, and keep an eye on the price action, guys. Thank you very much. Bye bye.